Harvey Weinstein. New Yorker magazine reporting new claims of sexual harassment, assault, and rape. One of his accusers going to police, secretly recording her confrontation with Weinstein. But no charges were ever filed. And now Hollywood actors Gwyneth Paltrow and Angelina Jolie are breaking their silence.
2 more women coming forward and making serious allegations.
25 women have publicly described inappropriate conduct by the disgraced studio boss.
Weinstein's star is falling fast. Now more than 40 women, including some of the world's most famous stars, are accusing the disgraced Hollywood mogul of sexual misconduct or worse. The allegations stretching across international waters as the investigation grows.
More than 90 women, including McGowan, have come forward to accuse the once powerful movie mogul of acts ranging from sexual misconduct to rape.
Finally, we return to the Harvey Weinstein story and new revelations about the great lengths he allegedly went to in order to quash stories, silence his accusers, and intimidate journalists. The latest investigation in the New Yorker magazine chronicles those efforts. It includes details of how Weinstein hired private investigative firms to collect damaging information on his accusers, including one that used former Israeli intelligence agents to allegedly befriend and spy on actress Rose McGowan. McGowan has alleged that Weinstein raped her. He has denied that accusation, and his spokeswomen told The New Yorker it is a fiction to suggest that any individuals were targeted or suppressed at any time.
Figures say 1 in 6 women will be sexually assaulted in their lifetime. But there's more. Out of 10 women attacked, 6 of them will never report it. Kathy said there are several reasons many may not come forward.
Part of the reason they don't could be that they're the fear that people won't believe them.
One of the reasons why this crime is so underreported is due to the fact that victims are not released.
Before she decided to speak out, it was frightening. Not clear whether anyone would believe the women or anyone would care.
If you tell, no one will believe you, she'd say. When we hear a report of rape, we demand details. What date did it occur on? What time did it occur? Who was there? What were you wearing? What was he wearing? What did he say? What did you say? What did he do? What did you do? And then we keep demanding more details. We look for any inconsistency, no matter how minor that inconsistency might be in the report, so that someone can say that report is false. We expect these details from the victim after the victim has suffered incredible trauma.
I met, at that time, 2 other women who told me the same person who had assaulted me had assaulted them. The school found a way to dismiss each of our 3 cases separately.
They told me that they could not give me the services that they would provide a rape victim because they could not prove that I had been raped. In fact, many victims do not even recognize that they have been raped. We as a society have created this belief system that makes victims have a difficult time recognizing when they have been raped. We make victims doubt themselves.
I kept the abuse a secret even from myself. That's how strong my drive for a normal life was. And that lasted until about 2014, when I started having a sinking feeling that something was wrong with my past.
All I did know was that I couldn't tell anyone. Fight, flight, freeze. I had frozen. And then I felt the most sinister F of all. That this was all somehow my fault.
Because I was afraid of their honor code, I was afraid that it would be seen as my fault and that I would get kicked out of school.
The Honor Code, the strict Mormon-based rules governing life at Brigham Young University, outlining modest dress, no caffeine, no alcohol, no porn, and no premarital sex. Students can be expelled for violating the code.
Did you see what she was wearing? She was so drunk, she wanted it. I mean, those are all still out there.
So these statements here feed into the worst aspects of rape culture and victim shaming. That victims seek attention, that they lie, that it's some special status, and lots of people use the word victim as a slur. And it ends up that all the shame and negativity that should belong to the perpetrator alone is transferred to the victim.
And then we blame the victim. Why were you out at night? Why were you drinking? Why didn't you go home with your friends? Why did you kiss him? Why did you sleep in his bed? And why were you wearing those clothes?
The alternative is silence. Silence carries its own set of problems. Silence is a perpetrator's legacy. You're trained to be silent. You're threatened. You don't dare speak up for disrupting your family dynamic and being called a liar.
The tricky thing about it is that the majority of our sexual assaults are committed in an acquaintance rape situation. So it's not some stranger hiding out in the bushes that will just be on campus raping people left and right until that person is called. It is the person we know, it's the person we've hung out with before, it's the person in a study group, it's the person you met at a social situation. It's not a stranger that is committing these sexual assaults.
Physical, sexual, emotional abuse, which occurred every day, before school, after school, oftentimes while my parents were in the very next room, or while my brother was in the very same bed. It happened on family vacations and in store dressing rooms. There was no escape.
Once the dust settled, I realized the world is not a friendly place for victims at all.
The system, the criminal justice system, or the investigative system surrounding sexual assault typically doesn't happen in the victim's favor. Typically is not an arrest or a prosecution because these cases are incredibly difficult.
Out of every estimated 1,000 sexual assaults or episodes of sexual violence, 3 result in convictions. So that's a failure rate of 99.7%.
Weinstein is already facing criminal investigations for sexual misconduct in Los Angeles, New York, and London. He's also dealing with at least 4 civil suits, and now this, a class action lawsuit which accuses Weinstein of racketeering and could eventually expand to include dozens of alleged victims.
If Harvey can fall, none of them are safe.